3, 2, 1.
Back to 72% of rated performance, down in the bucket, reducing the stress on the shuttle as it goes transonic.
What's up everyone, Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, February 7th, 2018. I'm just gonna jump right in. I have 2 points I wanna talk about. Number one is, what would an uptrend look like? Say we did hit the bottom and say we're, out of the woods. What could we really look for? What would it look like? The second thing is, I guess, kind of referencing yesterday's video, which I have the really terrible and messy drawing on the screen, and I'll actually show a few seconds of the video right now. The chart, what's gonna happen next? Are we gonna kind of form a new little wedge? Are we gonna form a new lower high somewhere in here? Maybe 150 might be a resistance to break through. And are we gonna fall right into a new wedge that we see? These new little downtrends, are we gonna fall in there and trade down to a new lower low? That's something to look for, to indicate, hey, we haven't seen the bottom yet, because now we're kind of on our way to a new lower low at the bottom of this trend line. So the second topic, or the second point, would be, what would it look like if we start trending back down and we find another bottom? And I know, 50% of you out there hate even talking about that because all it does is spread fear, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. So, because it's a possibility, and you can already see that I feel like we're at a very critical time, like even in this very hour, 5 o'clock Eastern on Wednesday, because we've been really just testing this 150, which I mentioned yesterday was a very key point for us to break through and really start forming, a new uptrend. And part of that process, we can reference the 2013 bear market coming to an end. And what I mean by that is this double bottom that we see. Now, I wasn't trading back then and I wasn't invested, but I could imagine that the market was looking at this previous high here, and they were looking at this new low here, and they were saying, okay, this might be a double bottom because we have these two lows, and if we can break this previous high, that would be, the conclusion of the double bottom. That would define the double bottom. And I imagine that when they did break this high at like, I don't even know, it's like $2.40, which is crazy to say. I bet you that they started being like, I bet you there were a lot of posts, and we can probably revisit and find those things, but maybe they're out of the woods. Maybe the bear market is coming to a conclusion, and they probably got to this support here at $2.80, and they're like, oh man, this is great. Maybe we'll start consolidating, which it kind of did. It formed a whole new channel, and the bear market was kind of done then. So taking those things into account, a lot of people are calling this a possible double bottom in this correction that we've been seeing. So in order for this to be defined as a double bottom, we do need to break this 175 support or resistance that I talked about yesterday, which is the previous high within this, this double bottom realm. So there kind of were steps for that happening. Number one would be breaking this 150, which right now I say it's a critical time because we've been testing it and we haven't really broken through it much. So if we did break through it, we would need to test and break that 175 to really have a possible double bottom. But right now we don't have a double bottom until that happens. So that's something to truly keep an eye on right now, because obviously the market can move one way or another. I mean, 2 in the morning tonight, things might get crazy, and we might have a run up to 180, and maybe that can be the formation of the double bottom. But revisiting the video I did yesterday, if that doesn't happen and we don't have this previous lower high broken, and we have a new lower high formed, then we might be looking at a scenario like this where we start trending back down a little bit. And these are just 2 scenarios that I'm just looking at and I'm keeping an eye on. It's been crazy watching this price action here at the 150 range, and it's like kind of above it and then it's kind of below it, and then it's trying to figure out what it's going to do, and nobody knows. However, I'm looking at these key areas, and the other thing I want to just throw in the mix real quick, if we can go to the Is this the daily? Nope, there's a daily. If we look at the RSI and this 40 line, again, very critical time, very critical point, because you remember we broke this 40 pretty drastically, I guess last week or so, and we question, is this a very bad sign of a coming bear market, even just for a few months? So now we're retesting, we're revisiting this 40 on the RSI. So along with breaking that 150, that is kind of looking like resistance right now, and then breaking that 175 previous high and forming a double bottom, and in this at the same time breaking this 40 RSI and starting to show more support there above the 150, probably 175 area, that's going to be a good sign in my opinion. So that's something to look out for. So those are just kind of some things I'm keeping an eye on, and I'm not calling it one way or another. Obviously, I am, if this happens, there's huge opportunity to buy, because I don't think we're going to be, if we do trend back down and form a new low and retest 100, I don't think we're going to be there long. So I see a ton of opportunity. This space, cryptocurrency, Litecoin, it's so new. Right now, if you're watching this video and you're part of this community, if you're a part of this as an investor and you're here, I think you have amazing timing. I think we're all at the very beginning of everything going on. I'm so bullish right now on everything, especially because it's just awesome that we've endured this downtrend that we've lived through, and we're here and we're standing, and we're actually even talking about, you know, a bottom happening soon, which hopefully it does, and hopefully we start trending back up. So that's just, I wanted to throw that out there, that I'm extremely bullish right now. And I mean, we can draw a trend line too. I was looking at this. If we really do break this previous high, this is a nice trend line to continue, and we can take it from this trend line formed back in, you know, we can just take it from November, but we can take it right to the top of this previous high, or this lower high. And so that's kind of what it would look like, you know. And I took some time earlier and kind of drew this, but this would be awesome, and this would be encouraging. You know, we break through that 175 and we start trending back up. So just something to look at, something to mess around with. But that's my technical analysis for Litecoin today, and a lot going on, everyone. So just continue just to have fun with it, continue to hang in there, continue to not spend more than you can afford to lose, and just invest safely and carefully. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video, and God bless.